Welcome to Black and Red Talks, your daily dose of AC Milan news. According to La Gazzetta dello Sport, AC Milan is making strides in renewing contracts with key players. Just in, they've reached an agreement with Christian Pulisic. The American winger, who already has 12 goals this season, will extend his contract until 2028 with an option for 2029. His salary increases from €4 million to €5 million plus bonuses. Official announcement is expected in March. AC Milan is gearing up to make a move on Brugge's left back, Cuyper, seen as the ideal successor to Theo Hernandez, whose contract expires in June 2026. Talks have begun and are set to accelerate, with the transfer fee around €15 million fitting well into Milan's budget. Transfer news buzz for AC Milan. Renowned market expert Niccolò Sciarra reveals the club's stance on Alexis Saelemaekers. Currently on loan to Roma, Saelemaekers attracted a €20 million offer from them this January. Milan declined, eyeing at least €30 million. His contract runs until June 2027. Great news for AC Milan fans. Key players are on the mend. Alessandro Florenzi, absent since last summer, along with Loftus-Cheek and Walker, are set to return soon. They'll miss this week's games against Bologna and Lazio, but are expected back for the March 8th clash against Lecce. Christian Pulisic is staying with AC Milan. As reported by Gazzetta dello Sport, Milan has successfully secured a contract renewal with the American winger. Pulisic, who has scored 12 goals this season, will extend until 2028, with an option for 2029. His salary rises from €4 million to €5 million plus bonuses. Official announcement expected in March. AC Milan is gearing up to extend goalkeeper Maignan's contract until 2028, with an option for 2029, reportedly offering €5 million plus bonuses. Although his current contract ends in June 2026, this extension doesn't guarantee he won't be sold. If a good offer comes, Milan might still consider letting him go. AC Milan is set to secure Tijjani Reijnders with a key contract extension through 2029, with an option for 2030. The new deal will see his salary jump from 1.7 to around €4 million, bonuses included. Notably, the agreement won't feature any release clause. Exciting days ahead for Rossoneri fans. According to Corriere della Sera's Carlos Pacerini, AC Milan might have to drop Berta from their list for the new sporting director role. Despite being a top contender, the approach was too late. He's already secured a deal abroad. Berta's profile was ideal, but timing is everything in the race. According to Corriere della Sera, journalist Carlos Pacerini suggests AC Milan is reconsidering Antonio Conte for next season's head coach. Although Conte is contracted with Napoli until 2027, Milan might ignite the spark this summer that didn't catch fire last year. Tuttosport's Niccolò Sciarra reports that AC Milan is planning for a potential replacement for Maignan, even as his contract renewal until 2028 looms. On their radar are Chevalier from Lille, Carnesecchi from Atalanta, and Caprile from Napoli, with Caprile as the frontrunner if Maignan departs. AC Milan has made a clear decision on Alexis Saelemaekers' future, currently on loan to Roma. Back in January, Roma offered €20 million for the Belgian winger, but Milan turned it down, holding out for at least €30 million. Saelemaekers is under contract with the Rossoneri until June 2027. According to Gazzetta dello Sport, AC Milan might surprise us with Alessandro Florenzi's contract situation. Set to return from a summer injury, Florenzi could extend his deal, which ends this season, until June 2026, with a significant pay cut. Sky's journalist Di Stefano shared some intriguing insights on Radio Rossoneri about Theo Hernandez's contract renewal saga at AC Milan. According to him, Theo could wait out his contract if no enticing offers from appealing clubs come in, allowing him to sign free with any team in 10 months. AC Milan is wasting no time and is moving forward in the transfer market. According to Corriere dello Sport, they've set their sights on Brugge's left back, Cuyper, seen as the ideal successor to Theo Hernandez, whose contract ends in June 2026. Talks are underway, and with a price tag of €15 million, it's a feasible move for the Rossoneri. AC Milan is making big moves. As reported by calciomercato.com, the club is gearing up for some significant decisions soon, starting with the coach and team management. With Samu Chukwueze likely leaving this summer, and uncertainties surrounding Rafael, Ricardo Sotil, and Joao Felix's futures, Milan is eyeing Edon Zhegrova as a potential replacement. Thanks to solid ties with French soccer and Lille, this emerging talent could be poised for a standout role at the San Siro. Stay tuned as we watch these exciting developments unfold. According to Carlos Passerini from Corriere della Sera, AC Milan might be considering Antonio Conte for their bench next season. Although currently contracted with Napoli until 2027, the idea of Conte joining Milan lingers. Maybe this summer could ignite the spark that missed last year. At Stadio Renato Dallara, Bologna faces off against AC Milan in a rescheduled Serie clash. With the Champions League spot on the line, Milan can't afford a slip-up. The team heads to Emilia-Romagna this afternoon, while manager Sergio Conceição skips the pre-match press conference. AC Milan is set to secure a key contract renewal with Reijnders, a standout performer this season. According to De Telegraaf, the Dutch midfielder will extend his stay with the Rossoneri until 2030. Reijnders, formerly of AZ, has truly impressed the club and fans alike. AC Milan is actively scouting a potential replacement for Maignan, whose position is uncertain due to multiple errors this season. The frontrunner on their list is Elio Caprile, currently on loan at Cagliari, with a purchase option set at €8 million. Theo Hernandez's future at AC Milan is increasingly uncertain, with his contract set to expire in 2026 and unlikely to be renewed. The club is eyeing potential replacements, with Brugge's Cuyper emerging as the frontrunner. The young talent is valued at around €15 million. AC Milan is on the hunt for a new sporting director, prioritizing a swift resolution. Moncada is inclined to team up with Modesto, a longtime collaborator. Fabio Paratici and Atalanta's Tony D'Amico are also strong contenders for the role. Stay tuned as this unfolds. In the Coppa Italia semifinal, get ready for a thrilling Milan derby as AC Milan faces off against Inter. Last night at San Siro during the Inter-Lazio quarterfinal, the atmosphere was already electric. After Calhanoglu's decisive penalty made it 2-0, Inter fans started a chant aimed at their Rossoneri rivals, singing, "Hey Cardinali, don't sell, stay put, stay put." This playful jab mirrors a popular chant from Milan's Curva Sud. Get ready for an intense April, Milan fans. We're facing Inter in the Coppa Italia semifinals, with a total of 7 matches in just 24 days. After a calmer March, April will be action-packed, featuring 4 major clashes. Let's see if our Rossoneri are up to the challenge. Tomorrow night at 8:45 p.m., Bologna faces Milan at Stadio Dallara to make up their Serie match. Both teams struggle with scoring compared to the league's top 9. Currently, Milan sits with 37 goals and Bologna with 38, both having played 1 game less. In the Coppa Italia semifinals, it's another Milan versus Inter showdown. Including Serie A and the Italian Super Cup, this season holds 5 epic derbies. From 2021 till now, Milan's faced Inter an astounding 21 times, averaging a thrilling duel every 2.5 months. The Coppa Italia semifinal is set. It's going to be a Milan showdown at San Siro. As Inter sealed their 2-0 win against Lazio with Calhanoglu's penalty, the atmosphere turned derby-like. Inter fans cheekily chanted at their Rossoneri rivals with a twist on a familiar Curva Sud tune. aiming jabs at Milan's management. Milan and Inter are set to clash 5 times this season, including 2 in the Coppa Italia semis. Recently, Milan is unbeaten in 3 derbies with 2 wins and a draw. Now Milan aims to break a 20-year-old record, 4 straight derbies without a loss. Could history repeat itself? Let's see. Maxime D. Cuyper is the key candidate to replace Theo Hernandez if he leaves AC Milan in the upcoming transfer window. Additionally, Aït-Nouri, a French-Algerian left-back from Wolverhampton with 117 Premier League appearances, is also on the radar. This Thursday at 8:45 p.m., Milan faces Bologna's in a rescheduled Serie match. Exciting updates from Milanello. Walker and Loftus-Cheek might return to the lineup, along with long-term absentee Florenzi, though he's not ready to play, and Jovic could also be back. Aït-Nouri is on AC Milan's radar as a potential replacement for Theo Hernandez, with D. Cuyper also in the mix. According to La Gazzetta dello Sport, Aït-Nouri won't come cheap. However, Milan sees 2 advantages. His contract with Wolverhampton ends in 2026, with an option to extend. Plus, his agent is Jorge Mendes, who also represents João Felix. According to Corriere della Sera's Carlos Passerini, there's a tense atmosphere at AC Milan ahead of crucial matches against Bologna and Lazio. These 72 hours could decide the fate of their Champions League dreams and impact the future of both players and staff. Expect major changes if things don't go Milan's way. Milan is eyeing a new name for the post-Theo era. Aït-Nouri from Wolverhampton is on the radar, with Jorge Mendes backing the Franco-Algerian talent. A key detail, his contract lasts until 2026. Another option is D. Cuyper from Bruges. Stay tuned as Milan plays its hand in the transfer market. During an interview with Sky, journalist Xavier Jacobelli advised Jerry Cardinali to bring Paolo Maldini back to AC Milan. Jacobelli pointed out that since Maldini's abrupt departure, the club has faced significant challenges. However, Maldini doesn't seem to be on the list of potential returns. According to Gazzetta dello Sport, AC Milan is set to secure new contracts for 3 key players: Maignan, Tijjani, and Reijnders. Deals are in place, with announcements pending at the club's discretion. Maignan's future, however, hinges on his performance for the rest of the season. Great news for Milan fans. According to Gazzetta dello Sport, the injury situation at AC Milan is improving. Alessandro Florenzi, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and Kyle Walker are set to return soon. Although they'll miss this week's games against Bologna and Lazio, they are expected to be back for the clash with Lecce on March 8. AC Milan is gearing up to pick their new sporting director by the end of April. The top choice, Andrea Berta, might join a foreign club instead. Jeffrey Moncada and Maestro share a strong bond and could team up. Fabio Paratici is also a contender after his ban ends in July. Tony D'Amico, known for his successes at Verona and Atalanta, is another intriguing option. The race is on. The Senate's Culture Commission delayed voting on the Dignity Decree, which includes a ban on betting agency sponsorships in football, affecting all Serie clubs, including Milan. Leaders from M5S and PD strongly oppose lifting the ban, arguing it doesn't curb illegal gambling and undermines sport integrity. Dutch media reveal AC Milan's firm decision on star player Tijjani Reijnders. Despite Manchester City's interest, Reijnders is set to renew his contract until 2030 with no release clause. The ex-AZ Alkmaar midfielder's annual salary will rise from €1.7 million to €4 million plus bonuses. AC Milan is gearing up to extend Mike Maignan's contract until 2028, with an option for 2029, worth €5 million plus bonuses. However, a promising transfer offer could still see the 29-year-old goalkeeper, whose current deal expires in 2026, on the move. Milan values him at €50 million. Big updates on AC Milan's injury front. According to Gazzetta dello Sport, our beloved trio, Alessandro Florenzi, Loftus-Cheek, and Walker, is set to make their long-awaited return. They'll miss this week's matches against Bologna and Lazio, but should be back for Lecce on March 8th. AC Milan is already planning for life after Theo Hernandez, with Aït-Nouri in their sights. The search for a new left-back includes Maxime de Cuyper from Bruges, but Aït-Nouri comes with the seal of approval from Jorge Mendes. With Theo likely leaving in 2025, Milan is scouting hard for the perfect fit. While Alex Jimenez is a strong internal option, his strength lies more on the right. Both Aït-Nouri and de Cuyper are promising, and while they're pricey, they aren't out of reach for the club. AC Milan is eyeing Maxime de Cuyper from Club Brugge as a potential successor to Theo Hernandez. The 23-year-old Belgian left-back, under contract until 2028, is valued at around €25 million. Reports suggest that while talks haven't officially started, Milan's management has made initial contact with de Cuyper's agents. Good news for AC Milan fans as injury updates reveal a brighter outlook. Alessandro Florenzi, along with Loftus-Cheek and Walker, are set for their return. They'll miss this week's matches against Bologna and Lazio, but are expected back for the March 8th clash with Lecce. Word from the Gazzetta dello Sport. Sergio Conceicão's future with AC Milan hinges on their Champions League success. Dropping to the Europa League would mean huge financial cutbacks, nearly $80 million in the Champions League versus just $27 million in Europa. Critical weeks ahead.